Welcome to Let Me Pull Your Coat, the unfiltered world of Master Silk. I'm your host, Master Silk. I was born and raised in Chicago, toughened by the Marines, sharpened on the streets, and polished in the boardroom. This show is not for the sensitive, the slow, or the fake Amazon prop money wannabes. This is for the real ones, those who want truth laced with wisdom and don't mind if it hurts a little. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. And if you've got a question or a topic you want me to pull your coat on, send it to letmepullyourcoat@gmail.com. Support the movement. Your support keeps this truth train rolling strong, and my Cohiba's lit. Now, let's get to work. First up, we have Darnell from Detroit, Michigan. Master Silk, do you think people can really leave the streets once they start making legal money? Darnell, listen, I left the blade. But you gotta leave the street mentality as well. That's the real battle. When I owned my first strip club, my brain was still wired for quick flips, fast cash, no patience. I had to rewire myself. I remember one week the club barely broke even. My street mind wanted to grab a bag and hit a shortcut, but my business mind said, no Silk, build something that lasts. You leave the streets by changing your goddamn mind first. If you don't, you're just another asshole in a suit. Next up is Isabella from Madrid, Spain. She asks, how did you know it was time to move from adult entertainment to what they call legitimate businesses? Isabella, there's a night that sticks in my head. I was sitting in the VIP section of my club, counting cash from the night. It was an easy 5 figures, but I looked up and realized I was tired. Tired of bullshit police raids. Tired of girls with broken dreams walking around in heels and lingerie. Tired of worrying if I was gonna make it out clean. Money without peace is just poverty in disguise. I had the money, but no peace. That's when I knew, time to stack smarter. I moved into real estate, investment portfolios, stocks and bonds, and legitimate businesses, and I slept much better for it. Now we have Jared from Houston, Texas. Silk, what's the biggest mistake hustlers make when trying to go legit? Jared, that's simple. They think cash flow is king. It's not. Credit is king. Paperwork is king. Taxes are king. When I bought my bar, my first 6 months were hell. Why? Because I didn't respect the damn paperwork. I had no licenses, no insurance, no accountant. The city almost shut me down. I had to lawyer up, learn fast, and run my business like a business, not a back alley operation. Cash can get you in the door, but discipline keeps you in the room. Up next is Fiona from Ireland. What kept you motivated when business slowed down? Fiona, it was fear and rage. Fear of being broke, rage against being average. I remember one winter, my bar sales were trash. Instead of whining, I turned the back of the bar into a private event space. Hosted underground poker nights, swinger and BDSM parties, adult birthday parties, even corporate mixers. By spring, my side hustle made more than my regular bar sales. If slow seasons scare you, you're not a boss, you're just a worker praying for sunny days. Next, we have Terrence from Newark, New Jersey. He asks, how do you handle people who show up once you're successful? Terrence, listen, if you are down in the mud with me, you won't get a seat at my table. Period. I had family pop up after I bought my 3rd house. Folks who hadn't called me in 10 years suddenly acting like family. I entertained them politely, then closed the door behind them once they left. Blood's not thicker than effort. Loyalty is thicker than both. Next, we have Alessandra from Milan. She asks, What advice would you give your 25-year-old self? Alessandra, I would tell myself to start early, stay paranoid, and to love wisely. At 25, I trusted too many people. Lost too much money, lost too much time, lost too much peace. If I could go back, I'd slap the shit out of myself and say, dream bigger, move quieter, save harder. You don't lose sleep over what you didn't chase. You lose sleep over the shit you knew you should have chased harder. Next up is DeAndre from Baltimore, Maryland. What do you miss most about your street days? DeAndre, I won't lie, I miss the adrenaline. But every day might be your last. Energy. But let me be clear, I don't miss the funerals. I don't miss cops breathing down my neck. I don't miss wondering if a so-called friend was setting me up for a robbery. Energy is addictive. Peace is priceless. I chose peace. Next we have Clarissa from Johannesburg. She asks, how do you balance street smarts and corporate smarts? Clarissa, I walk into every boardroom the same way I walked onto every block. Eyes open, ears sharp, mouth closed. I had a meeting once with a group of investors in suits. They underestimated me because of how I talked, how I dressed, and how I looked. I let them. By the end of the meeting, I had signed the best deal of my life while they were too busy trying to figure me out. Never underestimate a silent killer. Next up is Darius from Los Angeles, California. Is it ever too late to start over? Darius, hell no. I started a new company at 48 years old. People laughed and said I was too old, too slow, too out of touch. Guess what? Now some of those same clowns are working for me part-time while I'm semi-retired. It's never too late to restart. It's only too late when your ass is in the ground. Next up is Emiko from Tokyo, Japan. Emiko asks, how do you deal with fake friends trying to sabotage your business? Emiko, you expose them, erase them, elevate without them. When I was flipping my strip club into a lounge, one dude I thought was a friend started spreading rumors to city inspectors about me. Tried to block my license. He cost me 6 months, but I beat him legally. And now he's the cautionary tale I use when I teach young hustlers how to spot a snake early. Your haters teach you how valuable you really are. Next we have Lamar from Atlanta, Georgia. What's the first investment you made that changed your life? Lamar, it was buying a busted bar with no parking lot, broken bathrooms, and a leaky roof. Everybody said I was stupid, but I saw what they didn't, potential. Flipped it, I renovated it, and I rebranded it. Made my first real legal 6-figure income in less than 2 years. And I haven't looked back since. Up next is Svetlana from St. Petersburg, Russia. How do you stay disciplined after success? Svetlana, I treat success like rented jewelry. You don't own it. You're just borrowing it. Rent is due every damn day. Success will dump your ass the second you start getting lazy. I keep my mind sharp, my body moving, my money rotating. I don't rest on wins, I build new ones. Next we have Rashad from Miami, Florida. How do you tell the difference between loyalty and convenience? Rashad, that's simple. Loyalty suffers with you. Convenience only parties with you. When my club got raided once, half of my so-called friends vanished. The ones that stayed, I made them business partners later. I put them in charge of my new businesses I later opened. I made sure that they ate because they stayed down. Up next is Amina from Lagos, Nigeria. When did you know you were officially successful? Amina, it's not when I bought my first nice car. It's not when I bought my first house. I knew I was successful the day I didn't have to check my bank account before saying yes to an opportunity. Freedom is the flex. Not cars, not clothes, not expensive watches. Next, we have Bruce from Sydney, Australia. Bruce asks, what's the biggest myth about success? Bruce, the biggest myth is that success is glamorous. It's not. Real success is very lonely. It's working when you're sick. It's eating alone at 2 a.m. because you're grinding when others are sleeping. It's missing birthdays, missing funerals, and missing family gatherings. Success is very ugly until it becomes very beautiful. Next, we have Camille from New Orleans, Louisiana. She writes, Silk, I'm 32, and I just found out the man I've been dating for 8 months still lives with his baby mama. He says it's just for the kids, and they're not together. I feel stupid. What now? Camille, let me say this plain. A grown man still under the same roof with his ex ain't no man you should be planning a future with, unless it's a future full of lies, confusion, and whisper arguments in the hallway. When a man loves his peace and respects you, he won't keep you in a triangle. He'll make hard decisions and choose clarity. Tell him to call you when he has his own address. Until then, you ain't the problem. Next is Devin from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He writes, my pops was never there. Now he wants to reconnect since I got a business and some buzz. Should I let him in or keep it moving? Devin, blood makes you related, not family. You owe respect, but not access. If he's coming back because the glow up finally hit, then he's chasing the shine, not the bond. If you feel like building something real, go slow. Set boundaries. Don't give him front row seats to a show he never helped produce. You can forgive, but don't forget the credits. He wasn't in the early scenes, and that matters. Now we have Angie from Detroit, Michigan. She asks, I'm an exotic dancer trying to save up and open a hair salon, but people keep treating me like I'm dumb or just shaking my ass for tips. How do I prove I'm more than that? Angie, first off, don't ever let small minds define your big vision. I've known dancers who flip tips into empires while folks judging them couldn't rub 2 quarters together. Let your work speak. Stack your paper. Make moves in silence, then pop out with that grand opening and blow the city's wig back. You don't have to prove nothing to anybody but your future self. Up next is Jermaine from Johannesburg. He writes, Silk, I just left the gang and I'm trying to live right. But now the streets see me as weak and my girl's brother won't stop threatening me. What do I do? Jermaine, leaving the game is the bravest, most dangerous thing you can do. But strength ain't in pulling the trigger. It's in walking away when your pride is screaming. Tell her brother you're done with the life, not with your manhood. If you still want smoke, make it known you're protecting your peace, not throwing hands. And if that don't work, you remove yourself. No woman's love is worth a coffin or a cage. Stay alive long enough to be legendary. Next, we have Nina from Phoenix, Arizona. She says, my younger brother just told me he's gay and scared to come out to our parents. I love him, but I don't know how to help. What should I say to him? Nina, you're already doing the most powerful thing. You're loving him. That's the anchor. Now remind him that his truth is his, and he don't have to perform for nobody's approval. Stand with him, shield him from the storm if it comes, and remind your family that love don't come with conditions. Real family don't fold. They show up. Next, we have Kendra from Baltimore, Maryland. She writes, Silk, I'm dating this guy and just told me he used to sell his body to men for money when he was younger. He said it was survival, but I'm shook. I care about him, but I'm not sure what to do with this. Kendra, now listen, let me tell you something real. Survival makes people do some wild shit. I have broken bread with folks who've been through it all. They pushed weight, turned tricks, boosted clothes, ran scams, because life didn't leave them many clean options. Now, the real question here isn't about what he did. It's about who he is now. Is he treating you right? Is he honest, consistent, and showing you real love? Or are you just stuck on the image of what he was when he was desperate? Because here's the truth. Everybody has a past. Your past just hasn't gotten its drawers pulled down in your face like his has. But that don't mean yours are cleaner. If the man you got now is standing 10 toes down and not feeding you bullshit, then you either grow with him or let him go and stop wasting both of your time. Next up is Tyrone from Chicago, Illinois. He says, Silk, I let my cousin in on a real estate deal and just found out he's been skimming off the top. He keeps acting like he's broke but just bought a new Benz. Do I press him, sue him, or walk away? First off, much love to my hometown. Now, Tyrone, let me keep it straight. Your cousin is playing you like a video game and acting like you won't press start. If you got the paperwork and proof, you confront that man. Not with fists, with facts. Sit him down. Let him know you ain't the mark he thought you were. Give him a shot to come clean and make it right. If he doesn't, you press charges. Family or not, your future is not up for sabotage. And here's the deeper cut. Always structure your business, especially with family. The streets taught me this. Your own people will cut you the deepest and still expect you to pass the sweet potatoes at Thanksgiving. Now we have Inez from Toronto. Canada, she asks. My 19-year-old daughter got a scholarship, moved into college, then dropped out to move in with some 18-year-old SoundCloud rapper. I'm devastated. What should I do? Inez, that is every parent's heartbreak. First off, you did your job. You got her to that door. She had the key in her hand and chose to run off chasing a dream wrapped in trouble and broken promises. Now what you have to do is not chase her. I know that sounds cold, but sometimes they have to fall so the ground teaches them what your love couldn't. Stay available, but don't enable. And when it falls apart, and it will, be the one who says, welcome back, not, I told you so. Next, Dre from Union City, California. He writes, I thought I was in love. Shorty acted like she wanted something real, but now that she got her apartment and car, she ghosts me. Played me like a trick. Should I blast her on live or move? Dre, brother, I get it. You feel played. And you were. But if you blast her online, you ain't exposing her. You're exposing yourself as a bitter fool who led with his wallet instead of his worth. Let this be a lesson. Women don't owe you love for what you give, just like you don't owe them forever for a few good nights. Pick up your pride, move smarter, and let the block talk while you level up. And next time, lead with presence, not presence. Next, we have Alonzo from Miami, Florida. He says, I'm an ex-pimp turned legit businessman. I got out the game 5 years ago, opened 2 barbershops and a mobile detail service. But people still look at me like I'm scum. How do I change the narrative? Alonzo, welcome to the club. From the blade to the boardroom ain't just a slogan. It's my damn lifestyle transition. I went from counting cash in an Olds 98 Regency on the blade to signing checks in a 5,000 square foot office on Westport Plaza in Kansas City. You know what changed the narrative? Consistency. Over time, people stopped seeing me as what I used to be and started respecting the man I chose to become. You stay clean. Keep building. Keep helping others level up. Eventually, the ones still stuck in the past is going to be the ones looking dusty while you shine. The truth? Redemption don't beg for applause. It builds a legacy. Now we have Lena from Birmingham, UK. She asks, My boyfriend got out of prison 10 months ago. He's trying, but he's slipping. He's missing job interviews, hanging with old friends, drinking again. Do I stay or go? Lena, you ain't dating a man, dating a battlefield. And that ain't for the weak. If he's showing effort but falling short, ask yourself this. Is he trying or is he lying? There's a difference between stumbling and backpedaling. You don't owe anyone your peace, not even someone you love, especially not someone still in a war they ain't ready to finish. Offer support, but make your boundaries non-negotiable. A drowning man will pull you under trying to save himself. Next up is CJ from Houston, Texas. He says, my teenage son is stealing weed from me and selling it at school. He's only 15. I'm embarrassed and mad, but I also sold back in the day. What should I do? CJ, you can't correct what you don't confess. That boy saw you do it. Whether he heard the stories or just smelled the hustle on you, he's copying what feels familiar. First, shut that operation down. Ain't no half-ass parenting when the cops get involved. Then sit him down and tell him the whole truth, not the glamorous version. Tell him about the late nights, the paranoia, the jail visits, the funerals. Show him your scars before he collects his own. And stop keeping that shit around him. You can't blame a kid for reaching into the cookie jar when you left it wide open. Now we have Simone from Atlanta, Georgia. She writes, my boss keeps calling me sweetheart and baby girl in front of clients. I'm trying to stay professional, but it's making me feel small. Should I check him or quit? Simone, I wish a motherfucker would try me like that. Look, you check him once, firm, respectful. Say, I prefer to be addressed professionally in front of clients. If he doubles down, document everything. Start gathering your paper trail. Because if HR don't fix it, the EEOC will. Don't ever shrink in the name of keeping a paycheck. The world don't need another silent sufferer. It needs another bold, badass sister ready to call out bullshit wearing a blazer. Next, we have Rico from Kingston, Jamaica. He writes, Silp, I want out of the street life, but every time I try to go straight, people pull me back in. I got kids now. I want better. How do I walk away when the streets won't let go? Rico, the streets don't have arms. They have vines. They wrap around you, feed your pride, then choke you when you stop being useful. You walk away by disappearing. You stop showing up. You stop responding. You start building a life that makes their drama look like poverty on purpose. It's gonna hurt. You might lose folks, but if you want your kids to bury you as a father, not as a headline, you do what you gotta do. It's a lonely climb, but at the top, there's peace. Here's your coat pull of the week. Don't chase redemption from the people who benefited from your brokenness. Let that sit in your spirit. The same folks who laughed at your downfall will never clap for your elevation. So clap for your damn self. Build in silence. Shine without permission. And never apologize for growing out of the dirt you used to plant yourself in. Every version of you that got laughed at, left behind, or underestimated, thank it. That pain taught you how to hustle. That silence taught you power. That past, that's your resume. Now go write a future so loud it drowns the doubt. If you picked up any game today, if even one line hit you harder than a sermon, subscribe, comment, and share. Send me your questions at letmepullyourcode@gmail.com. Share this podcast with someone building something, not someone bullshitting. You don't rise by staying soft. You rise by pulling coats and catching game when it's thrown. Until next time, stay sharp, stay loyal, stay dangerous. Until next Tuesday, this is Master Silk. Much love and much respect.